Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would like to introduce the Princeton High School Homecoming Court of 2021. These court members were chosen by their classmates to represent them during this week's Let's Go Crazy festivities. The freshman attendants are Jordan Reinhardt and Kelsey Klingenberg. Jordan is the son of Tina and Josh Reinhardt. Kelsey is the daughter of Jared and Elizabeth Klingenberg. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Reinhardt and Kelsey Klingenberg. Our sophomore attendants tonight, James Starkey and Morgan Richards. James is the son of Jim and Rachel Starkey. Morgan is the daughter of Bob and Kelly Richards. Ladies and gentlemen, sophomores, James Starkey and Morgan Richards. Our junior attendants tonight, Carson Etheridge and Claire Gray. Carson is the son of Scott and Andrew Etheridge. Claire is the daughter of Buck and Carmen Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, juniors, Carson Etheridge and Claire Gray. Our first senior attendant tonight, Jacob Roth and Hope Crouch. Jacob is the son of Robert Virginia and Michelle Roth. Hope is the daughter of Ryan and Amy Crouch. Ladies and gentlemen, seniors, Jacob Roth and Hope Crouch. Our second senior attendants, Logan Glancy and Olivia Alter. Logan is the son of Claire Hall and Michelle Glancy. Olivia is the daughter of Jay and Jennifer Alter. Ladies and gentlemen, seniors, Logan Glancy and Olivia Alter. Our third set of senior attendants tonight, Jackson Dressler and Audrey Nelson. Jackson is the son of Derek and Janine Dressler. Audrey is the daughter of Steve and Gina Nelson. Ladies and gentlemen, seniors, Jackson Dressler and Audrey Nelson. Our fourth set of senior attendants tonight, Drew Hart and Jenna Loftus. Drew is the son of Paul and Amy Hart. Jenna is the daughter of John and Kelly Loftus. Ladies and gentlemen, seniors, Drew Hart and Jenna Loftus. Our fifth set of senior attendants tonight, Bennett Searins and Abby Peterson. Bennett is the son of Brandon Searins and Lindsay Philhauer. Abby is the daughter of Jeff and Angela Peterson. Ladies and gentlemen, seniors, Bennett Searins and Abby Peterson. And our 2021 Homecoming King and Queen, Reed Orwig and Hannah Muschlegel. Reed is the son of J.D. and Shelley Orwig. Hannah is the daughter of Jim and Dawn Muschlegel. Ladies and gentlemen, our King and Queen, Reed Orwig and Hannah Muschlegel. Congratulations to all of our 2021 Homecoming Court members. Let's go crazy!
You want to look this over. You usually read my hen scratching pretty good. Princeton Tiger football is on the air tonight from Bryant Field on the campus of Princeton High School. It's homecoming as the Tigers take on the Bureau Valley Storm. I'm Norm Vandermoon, joined by Princeton's basketball coach, Jason Smith. Steve Morton, Princeton's technology advisor, is our producer-director. He is assisted by Steve Gray and Brody Anderson, as our crew is all set to bring you these high school football headlines as they are being made. We thank you for tuning in, and Schmitty, your thoughts as these two Bureau County schools get set to play?
Well, you can sense a little excitement in the air as you got two rivals going at it with each other tonight. A lot of smack talk during the week, and it's just going to make it for a fun contest. You're going to see both teams come out, compete as hard as they can. BV lacks the depth that Princeton has, and I think that's what's going to prevail Princeton to come up on top tonight. But nonetheless, it's going to be two hard-fought teams going at it against each other. Again, going to be one in the trenches, I believe, again, and whoever has the less mistakes will win this ball game, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, a little background on Bureau Valley. They are 2-5, coached by Matt Pistol. Their enrollment is 344. They started out with 2 wins. They beat Riverdale 47-12. They beat Sherrard 50-7. Both those teams are still winless. Then for Bureau Valley, it has been 5 consecutive losses. They lost to Mendota 42-22, to Kewanee 49-21, to Newman 26-14, to St. Bede 13-7, and to Erie Prophetstown 35-12. Bureau Valley has scored 173 points, good for 24.7 per game, and the Storm have given up 184 points. That figures out to 26 points per game as we direct our attention to the band.
Princeton loyalty and our fight song, let's win this game. At this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as the band, under the direction of Mr. Stephen Olson, honors America with our national anthem.
Great job as always by the Princeton Marching Band, as they just did a nice rendition of the fight song and the school song with the Star Spangled Banner. This broadcast is brought to you by Princeton Public School Foundation. Without these guys, their support, none of this would be able to, we could not bring this live to you as we are doing it right now. Princeton Tigers are 6-1. They're ranked 6th in Class 3A, coached by Coach Brian Pearson. Enrollment of 546. Week 1, Princeton beat Rock Ridge 48-7, beat Orion 45-7, Hall 56-20. Another win against Mendota 28-7. Lost to Kewanee 49-21. Came back to beat Newman 41-0. And again last week against St. Bede was a winner of 47-20. Tigers have scored 286 points on the season, averaging 41 points per game, and giving up 110 points, which is 16 points per contest as well. As you see the Tigers coming through the tunnel as we speak, as they always do. Fired up, ready to go on this homecoming Friday night for the Princeton Tigers. Tigers are leading, by the way, rushing with Tegan Davis with 70 carries for 647 yards with the impressive 9.2 yards per carry with 10 touchdowns. Augie Christensen, 67 carries, 434 yards, 5.9 yards per carry with 5 touchdowns. Last week versus St. Bede, Davis had 14 carries for 215 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Augie with 13 carries for 117 yards and 4 touchdowns. In the air, Tegan Davis leading the way for 67 of 123 with 2 interceptions, 1,156 yards with looks like 17 touchdowns. Bennett Searns, 18 catches, 427 yards with 4 touchdowns, and Matt Lucas, 18 carries, 313 yards and 3 touchdowns. The last time that these two teams have met was back in 1998 when Princeton beat Bureau Valley 40-0. They also met one other previous time in 97 where they won 53-16. So with the Tigers leading the all-time series 2-0.
Thank you, Schmitty. And a little bit on the Storm stats. Their leading rusher is Jaden Micklig, 91 carries, 645 yards. That's a 7.1 average, 6 touchdowns. And Levi Hardy, 73 carries, 312 yards, a 4.3 average. Levi has scored 7 touchdowns. Passing, the Storm don't do it much, but Adam Johnson has completed 25 of 48 passes, 2 interceptions, 384 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And the number 1 receiving target is Brock Foster, 11 receptions, 201 yards, a 28.7 average, and Brock has scored 1 touchdown. Last week against Erie Prophetstown, Bureau Valley gave up 302 yards on the ground. So they're going to be sorely tested tonight, aren't they, Schmitty? They'll have to tighten that up.
Absolutely, because Princeton likes to use their running game to set up their passing game. But that running game's going, Norm. They're going to continually do that all game long.
Bennett Williams getting set to kick off for the Tigers. Nice crowd on hand, as you might suspect, on homecoming night. And Williams elects to kick it deep, and the Storm fielded about the 10, advance it to the 20, and near the 30-yard line is Brock Foster, so a nice return by Brock.
Good tackle there by Matt Lucas, and number 60 for the Tigers, Ian Morris.
Well, the Storm, despite their 2-5 record, have given some teams a good challenge. Losing to St. Bede 13-7, losing to Newman 26-14. So we'll see what the Storm can do here on first down. Adam Johnson is the quarterback. He rolls out, looks to throw. Now he's under heavy pressure, and he is going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 77 for the Tigers there, Vicarious, there for the sack, and it was basically a coverage sack as Adam had nowhere to throw the ball, and Vicarious and a host of Tigers were there to tackle. Lost about 5 on the play, bringing down second down to 14 or 15.
So the Storm have it at their 24-yard line. Certainly not what they were looking for on their first down play. Shotgun formation, and the handoff goes right up the middle, and this is going to be stopped for little or no gain. Levi Hardy on that carry, give him maybe a yard, and it'll bring up second down at about 13.
Big Payne Miller there with the sack right there. So far, the defensive line doing a good job right there, surging through the offensive line of the Storm and causing some havoc back there in the backfield.
Make it third down with the sack and the running play, so tough third down situation for the Storm. No score, just underway, 10:30 to go in the opening quarter. Two wide receivers to the far side of the field for the Storm. Tigers look like they may be blitzing. We'll see if they are. Here's the snap, and the Tigers do bring a lot of pressure, and the pass is incomplete. It was intended for Brock Foster, so a punting situation for the Storm.
Yeah, Tegan Davis there with the coverage, and even if that ball was completed, Norm, it wasn't going to go for a first down. Nice job by the Tigers, keeping everything in front of the yardsticks right there to create a fourth down for the Storm. Tigers will get the ball back in pretty good field position.
Tiger return men standing at about their own 40-yard line. Bennett Sirens is one of the returners, and I'm guessing that's Matt Lucas to the far side. We can't really see his number, but he normally is. And that is Lucas, who covers the ball at about Princeton's 48-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 Tigers.
Almost a dangerous catch there by Lucas. Had to dive to catch that ball. I'd like to see him field a little more cleanly, but nonetheless, he came up with it. So a good field position, like I said, for the Tigers. And let's see what they can do on offense here.
We're going to have a very special halftime guest tonight, Darcy Kepner, who is the new girls basketball coach. We'll be visiting with her. Tegan Davis, and the handoff goes to Augie Christensen, and look at him go. He dives, and he has a first down with a little bit to spare as he is down around the 41-yard line of Bureau Valley.
Yeah, that was a great line surge there by the offensive line, and Augie doing the rest.
Two wide receivers to the near side of the field, and a late pitch to Christensen, and Christensen's showing great acceleration, gets down to about the 27 of Bureau Valley. It'll be another first down for Princeton.
Little option play there by Davis to Christensen, and we haven't seen much of that all year. That's kind of something new. It was nice to see, and Tegan made the pitch, and Augie did the rest, and good blocking up front to create that hole. Perfectly
executed, that's for sure. Now Davis looks to throw, and his pass is complete. This is going to be for just a short gain.
Davis's pass is complete.
Ian Compton hauling that one in for a gain of about 4. It'll bring up second down and 6. The ball at Bureau Valley's 24-yard line. Tigers on their opening drive, 9:11 to go. First period, no score.
Cardi Haney with the tackle on that last play.
And this is big yardage as Logan Clancy on the carry is going to be near a first down, appears to be just short.
Yeah, Brock Foster making a touchdown-saving tackle there because Clancy saw daylight right there and thought he had daylight to run for a touchdown, but Brock Foster had other thoughts about it.
This is Princeton's 8th game of the season. They host Monmouth Roseville next week. Now Davis back to throw. He's under heavy pressure, decides to run. He's got the first down and more as he gets inside the 10, and he scores. Tegan Davis from 19 yards out with 8:27 to go in the first period gives Princeton their first score of the night.
Yeah, Tegan making something out of nothing. Was there a flag on the play? Must have been after the score, maybe? Yeah. Anyways, making something out of nothing. Was looking to go out of bounds and kind of just sprinted down the sideline. Nobody stopped him from the storm. It was a 19-yard scamper for a score.
Extra point attempt is good. That was Bennett Williams on that kick. So normally it is Benavidez. Do you know the scoop there, Schmitty? No?
I have no idea.
Okay. So 7-0 in favor of Princeton. Of course, we have a full slate of games going on tonight. And if you want to at least let us know about the conference games.
Well, of course, you got Bureau Valley right here at Princeton. St. Bede is at Hall. There's another rival game for you.
Oh, yeah.
Norm. Rock Ridge at Kewanee. Newman at Mendota. And Erie Prophetstown and Monmouth Roseville. Then you got Morrison at Riverdale and Orion at Sherrard. And I believe the Kewanee Rock Ridge game is tomorrow.
Okay. Do you know if that's a day game?
Yeah, I believe it's at 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow. So the Boilers, undefeated in competition. They have Rock Ridge, and then they have Sterling Newman to finish it out. So it's not a free ride for Kewanee. Thanks for pointing that out, Schmitty. Appreciate it very much. Bennett Williams set to kick off. Bureau Valley down 7-0. Once again, it is a deep kick. And this may go into the end zone. It does. Touchback. It'll be Bureau Valley ball.
Might have been the first one I've seen of that all year, too, huh, Norm?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a great leg right there by Bennett Williams. And getting it to touchback, and don't get to call them very often in high school football.
1st and 10 for Bureau Valley at the 20. It's always exciting, but it's just an extra bit of excitement in the air when it is homecoming. Very special indeed. Now the Storm with the counter play, and this is not going anywhere. Danny Saihaki, among others, in on the stop. Maybe a gain of 2.
I think Jaden Mickling was there with the carry. Norm
So
on that one.
Thank you. I could not pick up the number, but Micklig is their leading rusher. 2nd down and 8 for the Storm at their own 22-yard line.
I'd like to mention, nice to see 58 and 23 back playing as Drew Harp is back this week and Carson Etheridge. 2 kids that, Princeton loves to have on the field at all times because those 2 kids can play football like no other. So great to have those 2 boys back, and nice job. Shout out to those kids that filled in for them because they did a nice job as well.
Great points on both of the things you brought up there as a running play by the Storm once again going for little or no gain.
That was Levi Hardy there. He lost 2 on the play.
So 3rd down and 9 for Bureau Valley. Clock ticking. Will be around 7 minutes to go in the first quarter when this next play takes place.
Yeah, Bureau Valley's a slow, methodical offense. Not really a big play hitter. Kind of reminds you of Newman. That's where Coach Pistol came from, the coach. And, just slow and methodical and try to run things at their own pace.
Now Johnson drops back to pass. He's under heavy pressure. It's a screen pass, but it doesn't fool the Tigers.
Augie Christensen there. Nice.
Pass is complete to number
Nevin
7.
Bolin with the catch. Gain of maybe a yard and fourth down in a punting situation once again for the Storm.
So a great job by Christensen staying home on that screen pass. And, our linebackers are very disciplined. Our defensive line does a nice job of playing sound gap football, and our linebackers do the nice job of filling in for that as well. So good job all the way around.
Here's the punt that rolls just beyond midfield where the Storm will down it. And the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at about the 50-yard line. I'm going to give us a few of the other games, Schmitty, and kind of work our way through the list.
8-man football, you got Amboy Lamoille at Orangeville, Kirkland Hiawatha at Polo, Mercer County at Stark County.
All right, Tigers with a running play, and it's Augie, and good gain for Augie Christensen, about 6 yards, as Brock Foster, among others, in on the tackle.
He's already got 3 carries for 32 yards, and Augie's a machine tonight, and they're going to feed him the ball as much as possible, I believe.
He's had a great season as it is, but I thought last week against St. Bede may have been his best game. And it's Christensen once again, and he surges ahead. He'll be very close to a first down, tackled right around the 40-yard line. He needed to get to the 40, and they mark him short at about the 41. 3rd down and a yard for Princeton.
Storm doing a nice job of making those shoestring tackles, keeping them from busting out those big plays early on.
5:22 to go, first period. Princeton leads 7-0. Davis back to throw, fires, and the pass is complete. It'll be good for a first down, as hauling that one in was Bennett Sirens.
8-yard completion to Bennett.
Isaac Eddick on the stop.
Addick there, right there on the coverage, making a nice tackle.
Boy, the Tigers, their execution tonight has just been so sharp. Excellent timing. Now Christensen up the middle, and a good tackle that time by the Storm. Carter Haney, among others, in on the tackle.
Tackle made by number 50.
Haney and Scott both there. Nice job by them as linebackers filling in the hole there, the gap to stop Christensen for only like a 2-yard gain, a 3-yard gain we'll give.
Connor Scott, I do believe, a good grade school sports career at Bradford Grade School.
You are correct.
Now Augie Christensen veers to the outside, turns the corner, and it appears he's going to have a first down for Princeton.
I think you're right, Norm.
See where they mark it. It's going to be close. Chingang hasn't moved ahead yet. Now they do. First down, Princeton.
The 5th first down of this quarter, 4th by rushing.
Tigers on the march. 1st and 10 at the 22. Davis looks to throw, rolls out, and he throws towards the end zone, and the pass is incomplete, nearly intercepted by the Storm's Brock Foster.
I thought he put it right on the money. Matt Lucas had it in his hands and just dropped it. It would have been a tough catch, but really a catchable ball, and Tegan threw it where he needed to throw it. Just couldn't come up with the play, but nice job of the line, giving Davis a lot of time to throw that football.
So 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. And Christensen, very similar to the last play, veers to the outside. And we've got a couple of penalty flags, so we'll have to sort this one out.
Might have been a blatant hold there, I'm going to guess, if there's 2 flags. Now we got a 3rd flag on the play? Was that? We got laundry all over, Norm.
Holding on the Tigers.
I guess they both agreed on holding.
Which is kind of interesting because the flags were probably 10 yards apart, but at any rate.
They'll probably take the one closest to the line of scrimmage because it's I guess it doesn't matter in football, does it? in high school football.
Well, that's going to bring up a demanding situation for the Tigers. 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Tegan Davis fires deep, and it's a touchdown. Matt Lucas hauls it in from 34 yards out. The Tigers' 2nd touchdown of the night with exactly 4 minutes to go in the 1st period. Wow, what a throw right on the button.
That pass was delivered like UPS Mike delivers packages at McLean Energy. Telling you what, that was like right on the money.
PAT kick by Williams right down the middle, and the Tiger lead is 14-0.
Well, I did ask Tegan before the game, I said, are we going to have a good game rushing today? Are we going to have a good game throwing the ball today? Because, as you know, he didn't throw the ball very well last week. He rushed for over 200 yards last week, but didn't throw the ball very well at all. And he looked at me. He didn't even smile, because that's unlike Tegan. Tegan likes to smile, but he looked at me as serious as and says, both. I was like, okay then. Well, he's showing it tonight. He's got a 19-yard run and a 34-yard pass. So, I mean, man, that's a good way to start, that's for sure.
And a great start it is for Princeton, up 14-0. Want to give us a few more games, Schmitty, on our out-of-town scoreboard that we'll be watching?
Yeah. So you got Rova at Anawans Weathersfield, Abington at Knoxville, Morris.
That's a couple undefeateds, isn't it?
Yeah, 7-0 versus 7-0, yeah.
Wow.
Another good one, though. Morris is 7-0 versus LP, who's 5-2. This one's going to be a good one, too. Moline at Sterling, both 6-1 teams. That's going to be for the conference title as well. Rock Island at Geneseo, Byron at Dixon, Rock Falls at Oregon, and Pontiac at Chillicothe IVC.
Thank you very much. And the Storm reel it in at about the 10-yard line, and a decent return up to about the 25 as Evan Driscoll in on the tackle. Evan 5'9" and a sophomore.
You know, it couldn't go any better for the Tigers right now, you know, with the exception of that penalty of holding. It's really been a pretty sound first quarter for them.
So the Storm come out 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Storm, they don't have a first down yet, do they, Schmitty?
Not yet.
Okay. Counter play, and this is going to be limited to short yardage. Jaden Micklig on the carry. Give him a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
You know, Jaden's got that big play capability. He runs extremely hard, and he's capable of busting that loose for a long gain. But the Tigers doing a nice job tackling tonight, preventing him and Hardy to get any significant kind of gain at all. I think their biggest gain so far is 2 yards. So kudos to the defense there for wrapping up tackling and playing sound defense.
Johnson in the shotgun. And the Storm keep it on the ground, and the Tigers surge ahead. Payne Miller in on the tackle.
Yeah, Miller and Vicarious both there to greet Mr. Hardy and meet him pretty rudely, actually.
And, somebody might look, we'll see how these stats, play out, but somebody may look and say, well, those Storm running backs didn't have a good night, but my goodness, there's a Tiger there as soon as they get the handoff. They don't have much of a chance. 3rd down and 10 from the 26 for the Storm. Johnson back to throw under heavy pressure, and he is going to be sacked as Justin Vicarious in on the sack. That's his 2nd of the night.
That is his 2nd sack of the night, and Johnson's got to know he can't hold the ball that long because there's going to be pressure on him, and there was pressure on him heavy that time as Vicarious just laid the wood to him, and hopefully Adam's okay. He gets up late and runs off the field like he's okay, but man, that looked like a ferocious hit.
So another punting situation for the Storm. 4th down and 19 from their 17. Here's the snap. It's a good one. The punt is away. And a fair catch is called for and made at the 40-yard line by Matt Lucas.
Catches that ball at the 40-yard line. We'll pass to a start, first and 10.
Let's see, Byron 7-0 at Dixon 5-2, pair of 1-6 teams. Rock Falls at Oregon. Saturday, tomorrow, interesting game. Gibson City, they're just 3-4, but former state champions at Forreston 5-2. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in Forreston. Long pass by Davis, and it is just a bit too far. Intended for Matt Lucas down around the 10-yard line.
Actually, it was intended for Danny Sahaki.
Oh, thank you.
Norm.
I saw
it's kind of hard
one.
to see that in those numbers there, but yeah, just overthrew him just a touch. A little more air into that, and that was another touchdown.
Well stated. So, second down and 10 at the 40. Tigers have 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Now Lucas goes in motion, fake handoff to him, and Davis is going to run. Eludes would-be tacklers. He's to the 30, he's to the 20. Lowers that shoulder and gets down to around the 12-yard line, and now a penalty flag comes in. And I wonder if this is going to come back a distance for Davis maybe using the helmet. Referee's talking it over. Well, watch the steps, folks, because it's liable to be a bunch of them.
Still a first down.
Yep.
Had to be helmet to helmet or leading with the crown of his helmet or something maybe. I don't know. But nonetheless.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Davis this time under center, gives to Augie Christensen. Christensen is wrapped up after a nice gain, but a good tackle by Bureau Valley. Brock Foster on the stop.
I think this game's a little extra special for Teagan as he played with a lot of these kids back in JFL. And he's running a little extra harder, probably. Probably his adrenaline's a little more than it needs to be at this time. But yeah, that's all I'll say about that, I guess.
Second down and 6, and the handoff goes to Christensen once again, and he surges ahead, and he has a first down.
Again, a nice hole created by that offensive line, and they're just doing a nice job, and Augie's hitting that hole fine and then cutting it back off tackle, making some seams and just gaining some extra yardage, and that's a 9-yard gain right there. He's already up to 60 yards rushing.
First and 10, Princeton at the Storm 14. Davis looks to throw. He slips down, and of course, in high school, you don't even have to be touchdown. It's marked right at the 25-yard line. So that field apparently a little bit wet and slippery. It happens.
Big John Diebeck there for the sack. It looks good in the stats.
Sure.
You know, get a touch sack there. They'll take that as a defensive lineman. I would have took it back in the day.
That's going to end the first quarter with Princeton leading over Bureau Valley 14-0. I did want to mention tonight on a personal note, of course, I had the privilege of calling Storm games along with Dave Shepard, and I will always appreciate the kindness that I receive from the Bureau Valley people and the fans. And also, Schmitty, I don't know if you saw it, but a great Storm fan passed away here recently, Walt Hasbrook. You probably know Walt and Joyce. Great people.
Yeah, the Hasbrook family as a whole, just great people in general, and really supportive of the BP athletics. And he'll be greatly missed. He was a good man, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Just to touch back on what you just said. I coached a lot of these juniors and seniors. As everybody well knows, my oldest is in this senior class for the Storm, and I've coached him in JFL. for 2 or 3 years and coached them in travel baseball, so I know these kids pretty well, and they're really good kids. Love them to pieces, and hope they have success in the future for them.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just as simple as all you can do is go out there and do the best you can, and that's certainly what they're trying to do. Now Davis back to throw. He has plenty of time. He throws, and it's a little bit off the mark.
Pass is incomplete.
It was intended for Danny Saihaki.
That's where Teagan gets a little sloppy in his mechanics. He kind of threw off his back foot a little bit. You need to really take your time and work on those mechanics every single throw. It can't just be every other throw. Every single throw, no matter how open the kid is, how open your buddy is, you gotta make sure your mechanics are right to get the throw there.
3rd down and 20 from the 24. Davis back to throw. He's under pressure. It's a screen pass, and it is complete to Bennett Sirens. And Sirens surging ahead. Gets near the 1st down marker. Appears to be short, but it'll bring up a pretty manageable 4th down. Although we have a penalty flag, so hold the phone.
Flag on the play.
It's holding from that spot of the foul, so looks like they're going to get close to the line of scrimmage again.
Yeah, it's uncanny, isn't it, Schmitty?
Yeah.
Almost exactly. The guy holding the yard marker for the chain gang, he never moved. So if you like 3rd down and 20 from the 24, you're going to get to see it again. Appreciate our great crew. Steve Wharton heading it up, Brody Anderson and Steve Gray. They're all just absolutely fantastic at what they do. And now it is Davis calling his own number, and he gets down to around the 5-yard line. It'll be just short of a 1st down, and he makes it look so easy, Schmitty.
He does, so effortless, and brings out a very manageable 4th and 2 now.
Now they put the mark back just a touch. I thought the same as you, 4th and 2, but they moved it back, and it's 4th down and 4 from the 6-yard line. 11:14 to go before halftime. Empty backfield. Davis nearly drew the Storm offside. And a timeout is being taken by Princeton. Not a bad idea, Schmitty, if you're not sure.
Well, I think the play was to draw them off sides, and if they didn't get them drawn off sides, it was going to be a timeout, and that's what Coach Pearson did right there. And he's going to draw up a good play, a good 4th and 4 play, see if he can't get the ball in the end zone again. Norm, did you get a chance to watch any college football over the weekend at all? That Iowa-Penn State game was a barn burner.
Yes. I want to give you some of the Week 8 IHSA high school football rankings in Class 5A, and these are area teams. Morris is rated 4th at 7-0. You mentioned Sterling. They're rated 5th at 6-1, and Peoria High is rated 7th with a 5-2 record. The Boilers, Kewanee, 4th ranked in 4A. They are 7-0. And now we're ready for 4th down and 4. Augie Christensen is to Teagan Davis's left. Davis back to throw. He's under heavy pressure. He lets it go, and it is a touchdown. Hauling that one in.
Danny Saihaki.
Danny Saihaki. So from 7 yards out, Danny Saihaki with 11:07 to go in the 2nd period scores on a 7-yard touchdown pass from Teagan Davis.
Well, it was a good timeout by Coach Pearson to get the play call he wanted to get in. And
all right, well, now it's going to be Stephen Benavidez. And he kicks towards Crown Street as Brody won our trivia contest last week. He hasn't quite made as much money as Matt Amodio did on Jeopardy, but Crown Street it is, and the kick is good by Benavidez, and Princeton's lead is 21-0.
I wonder if maybe Williams has a better leg between the two, and he wanted to give Williams some work back there, so in case they ever had to go with the long field goal in game time situations, he's been playing before. I'm guessing that maybe that's the case, because Benavidez has been money all season long at the extra points, but like I said, he probably doesn't have the leg maybe that Williams has, so we want to give Williams some work as well. Just a purely speculation.
But I think pretty logical, because you get into those playoffs, you may have that game where you score 40 points in that first round game, but after that, boy, there's a lot of 14 to 12s, and a field goal could be crucial. So Bennett Williams, as he has been doing, will handle the kickoff. Tell you what, Schmidt, having two good kickers, nothing wrong with that.
Well, that just goes to show you the depth on this Tiger football team.
It's time the Storm field it at their own 10, and the return is right up the middle, and a good return out to the 35-yard line. Brock Foster doing a great job for the Storm.
Yeah, Brock looked like he was just kind of, getting to the line and then taking off when he hit the hole, and did a nice job getting it about the 20-yard kickoff return there for Brock. The Storm not very deep as it is, missing two key guys as Leighton Britt and Sam Rouse both out with injuries.
Storm conclude their regular season against Hall, a game that I'm sure they're looking forward to. Now the Storm with one of their better plays of the night, a running play that gets to around the 40-yard line, as that was Levi Hardy on the carry. Brings up 2nd down and 5 for Bureau Valley.
Yeah, Coach Pistol's not going to change his game much, no matter if he's up 7-0 or down 21-0. They're going to still try to stay in the same game plan, not panic, try to run the ball as much as they can, and maybe long methodical drives and maybe get a turnover here or there.
Man in motion, and the handoff goes right up the middle, and it's a 1st down and more, as once again on the carry, Levi Hardy.
Yeah, that carry is good for 9 yards, and that'll be the Storm's first down of this ball game.
Let's go, defense!
Hardy, a senior, listed at 6'1", 215 pounds.
Yeah, Levi is just a great kid, period. He runs hard. Football's his passion, but he's just a better kid than he is any kind of a sports player. Just a great kid.
It's always good to know, and there are a lot of them out there, I'm sure. 1st and 10, Bureau Valley at their own 49-yard line. And Hardy once again surges ahead, a nice gain.
Looks like they found something, Norm. They made some adjustments, found something. Let's see if the Tigers can adjust back.
Give him 3 on that carry. 2nd down at 7 as they're now into Tiger territory at the 48. 9:23 to go before halftime. Princeton's lead is 21-0, but the Storm in Tiger territory for the first time tonight. Fake handoff, and now a counter play to Jaden Micklick. Look at him go! And this is a 1st down and a whole lot more, down to about the 26-yard line. 22-yard gain for Jaden Micklick.
Yeah, like I said, he's got big play capability, and that just showed you right there. Tegan Davis there to save the tackle, but the Storm have found something, and the Tigers need to adjust quickly, or the Storm's going to find the end zone here soon.
Brody Anderson, our associate producer, he is just in a T-shirt. Schmitty and I are bundled up, but Brody, he's tough. 1st and 10 for Bureau Valley at the Tiger 26. This time the Tigers have an answer, although look at the power. Is that Jaden Micklig or was it Hardy? We'll see once it was Micklig. Hit at the line of scrimmage. I thought it was going to be for no gain, but wound up making nice gain. It'll bring up Second down and 8.
Something you're taught at lower level is just to keep those legs turning. Jaden used that to his advantage and could have been a 2-yard loss and picked up for a 2-yard gain.
Storm down to the Tiger 24-yard line. Man in motion, and the handoff goes up the middle to Hardy. This is going to be just short yardage on this play. Bennett Williams in on the tackle for Princeton. Also Payne Miller. Give him 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 at the 21 of Princeton.
4-down territory here, don't you think,
sure.
Norm?
Oh, absolutely. I agree with what you said, though. It does appear that the Storm have figured things out a little bit. They're not getting so many of those runs where they're stopped for no gain.
I think they changed some play calling, changed the blocking scheme a little bit, and the Tigers just got to adjust now.
Johnson awaits the snap, and the handoff goes up the middle to Levi Hardy. Just look at the power he has. Surges ahead for the first down. And Brody gives us an early score. Morrison out in front of Riverdale, 8-0. Thank you, Brody. So Riverdale winless to date, and things are not off to a good start for the Rams.
Storm's 3rd first down in this quarter, in this drive, which started, I believe, at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Storm. And this time it is Jaden Micklig on the carry.
Drew Harp there on the tackle. Nice job by Drew getting in there and making the stop for no gain.
Like you said, it's good to see him back. He is a superlative defensive player.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul of this defense. The kids look up to Drew. He probably makes the play calls on the defensive side, and he gets them fired up a little bit and likes to hit very hard. When you hit hard like that, it's very contagious and will pump up your defense and the sideline as well.
You mentioned earlier, Schmitty, Bureau Valley methodical. They burn up a lot of time here in this second quarter. Now Johnson rolls out, he throws, and the pass is low and incomplete, intended for Brock Foster.
Good coverage there by Ian Compton. Tegan Davis coming over there as well, as long as Logan Glancy and Augie Christensen. So nice job by those guys. Just the pass was just short from Johnson to Foster.
I was actually mildly surprised that the Storm went to the air there. They've been quite successful keeping the ball on the ground.
We'll probably try to just a quick hitter there, 2nd down and 10, and try to element a surprise a little bit. But the Tigers weren't shocked at all as they were ready for the task at hand.
3rd down and 10 for the Storm. They're at the 15 of Princeton. Now we have a stoppage in play. Timeout taken by the Storm.
I don't think Coach Pistol is very happy with his troops, as he wanted something else called and didn't see the right formation. Somebody was in the wrong formation, and so he called timeout just to live to see another day. 3rd down and 10 on the 15. A crucial drive for the Storm to get some points right here to get back into the game. So 5:41 in this contest is 21-0, and it's either it's put up time for the Storm to break through on the scoreboard. You want to score here.
Coach Pistol, he is a hard worker. He doesn't look at a time clock when it comes to coaching football. He'll put in however much time it takes. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him in the past and always enjoyed it.
See how the Tigers can make a stop here. It's a crucial 3rd down and 10 for them as well. Stop the momentum of the Storm so they can get the ball back and maybe make another score here before the half.
Johnson to throw, and the pass is complete to Brock Foster. He makes one man miss, and Foster gets close to the 5-yard line. It's going to be very close to a first down. It'll bring up 4th and a yard.
Augie making a first down saving tackle right there. It was all Foster having some nice moves there, making some Tigers miss, and got down to the 6-yard line where it's a big 4th down and 1 for the Storm and the Tigers, and the Tiger fans starting to make some noise as we speak.
Oh, yeah, I would expect a lot of staccato applause, but have not heard it so far. We'll see when Bureau Valley comes to the line. 4th and 1 at the Tiger 6. 4 minutes and change to go before halftime.
Let's hold them defense!
And Johnson on the keeper. Touchdown, Adam Johnson from 6 yards out.
Adam Johnson with the Storm touchdown.
So a quarterback keeper nets Bureau Valley its first touchdown of the game, and a very nice drive by the Storm, Schmitty.
Yeah, that was just basically a read play from Adam. Read the ball to Levi, kept the ball himself for a 6-yard score, and I think the Tigers weren't really ready for that one, that's for sure.
Brock Foster holding. And who is that on the kick, Schmitty? Brock Shane. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 150-pounder. And Shane's kick is good, and the Princeton lead is 21-7. Wow, a rough go, Schmitty, for the Stark County Rebels.
Whoa, 40-0, Mercer County all over Stark County in the first quarter. You don't find very many 40-point quarters in high school football, but you got one there.
And
thanks for the update, Brody. That's
very
amazing.
much. And of course, it wasn't all that long ago that Stark County was a team that was annually making a deep run in the playoffs. But that's the nature of small school, high school football.
I think Mercer County's got a pretty good little football team, too.
Yeah, they have a great program through the years. Remember a crushing defeat they had in the playoffs against Bureau Valley several years ago?
Yeah, that was something.
So big credit to Bureau Valley. Down 21-0. They played with just a lot of enthusiasm and intensity on that drive and make it 21-7.
Let's see if the Tigers can answer back here.
It's a bouncing kickoff, and the Tigers are having trouble with it. It goes out of bounds. And when you touch it like that, I would guess it's not a penalty.
No, when you touch it, it's the penalty goes out the window when it goes out of bounds. So the question is whether or not Brady Byers touched it or not. And the refs are going to say he didn't.
Okay, very good.
Maybe they are going to say they said.
And the ball will be spotted at the 35.
It's about the same either way, isn't it? But
yeah, it's going to be at the 32-yard line. They're going to say that he
32-yard
did touch it, and the ball rolled out of bounds at the 32. But
that is what I saw that he did. Okay. So anyway, Tigers keep it on the ground, and it's Augie Christensen. A good job by the Storm limiting this to short yardage.
Christensen on the carry for Princeton.
52, Schmitty, you know that name?
Martin Eyes.
Tackle made by number 52, Martin.
Eyes Martin.
Even our good friend Mike Verana played it conservative on the PA and just said Martin on the tackle. Now Christensen up the middle, and boy, the Storm have really tightened things up. Short gain for Augie. It'll bring up third down and about 4.
Yeah, we say they shorten it up, but still the Tigers are still in good shape right here. Third and short 4. You know this is going to be 4-down territory for them as well. So Tigers are going to grind it out, and then they try to make a big play here.
Connor Scott, 5'11 sophomore, in on the tackle for the Storm. Augie Christensen up the middle, and Augie bursts through for about a 10-yard gain and gets to midfield. 3:30 to go before halftime.
11th carry for Augie. Make it number 12 right now.
Oh, my goodness. Christensen running hard, but he is hit hard for just a short gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Tigers only have 2 first downs in this second quarter, one by rush and one by pass.
Scott and Martin in on that last tackle for the Storm. Low snap, but Tegan Davis has it. He throws. He has a man wide open. That is Matt Lucas. And look at Lucas with some nifty moves. Gets down to about the 27 of Bureau Valley. Brock Foster in on the stop.
That's going to be Matt Lucas's second catch for 56 yards.
2:50 to go before halftime. Tigers have it at the Storm 26. 1st and 10. Davis rolls out. He throws, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Ian Compton down around the 15-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Logan Clancy bringing perhaps a play in from the sideline. Tigers are all set though, so Clancy to the right of Tegan Davis, and Tegan's going to call his own number. Weaves through tacklers, still on his feet to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and is it a touchdown or not? It is a touchdown, 26 yards. Tegan Davis hits the pylon with 2:32 to go before halftime, and the Princeton lead is 27-7.
Just kind of knew when Tegan kept the ball that possibly had a chance to go to the house, and it certainly did as he finished the run off for a touchdown, 26-yard run touchdown for Tegan Davis.
The second touchdown run of the night, and if it is on for the kick, look at that, absolutely perfect, and the Tiger lead is 28-7. Well, we thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and even though our score is a bit lopsided at 28-7 Princeton, both of these teams, Schmitty, putting on quite a show.
Yeah, I mean, it's two teams that are going to play hard no matter what the score is. There's no quit in either one of them, but Tigers just making some bigger plays in the Storm, doing a nice job of taking advantage of the field position, and you see the scoreboard 28-7.
We got an out-of-town scoreboard update.
All over St. Bede right now, 6-0. So that's an upset.
Yeah, St. Bede. Thank you, Brody. St. Bede, state ranked, and the Red Devils have only won one game. But did you just kind of figure going in, and who knows how it'll wind up? That's a rivalry game. Forget about the records with Hall and St. Bede.
Yeah, you don't know how that's going to go, no matter what the records are. It could be the scores might surprise you, that's for sure.
Bennett Williams with the kickoff. It goes out of bounds, and you see the penalty flag. So the Storm are going to start this drive with good field position. We're going to mark this at the 35-yard line.
Curious to see if the Tigers make a quick stop here. They'll call timeout, try to save some time on the clock, and try to get another score before half.
Excellent point. 2:32 to go before the halftime break. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Bureau Valley's had success with the running game. Will they stick with it with this limited time? They will indeed. That's Levi Hardy. And Hardy is going to be stopped for maybe a yard gain. Number 70 coming up from the bottom of the pile for Princeton, Jesse Wright on the tackle. He's 5'11", 210 and a junior.
That's Levi's 9th carry for 25 yards, so the Tigers doing a nice job of containing Levi Hardy tonight.
Clock will dip under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Now Adam Johnson looks to throw. That was a dangerous pass, and maybe pass interference coming against the Tigers.
Well, they got 3 flags on it, so I mean the chances are of the call being probably unanimous, as pass interference is probably being called.
Almost one as a coach. I don't know how upset you get about that. I mean, you want your defender to go for the ball, and
it looked like to me he grabbed too much of the back jersey, and Ian probably be the first one to admit it, probably trying to gain some leverage or whatever on Bolin there, but nonetheless, it's a 10-yard penalty, and they live to see another day.
Would you like to see the rule go to like the pros where it's a spot foul?
Yeah, I think it's an advantage to the defense. So, yeah, you're giving a defense advantage there.
Micklig on the carry. Look at the strength of him. Just powering guys downfield, and he's got a first down, and he probably, the last 6 of that was just pure brute power.
He's tackled by number 3, Compton, along with number 10, LaCroix.
Yeah, he's a strong kid, and you got to tackle him by the legs. You can't tackle him up high because he's just going to drag tacklers with him, and he showed it right there. Tigers got to tackle a little lower.
Another scoreboard update.
EP 7, Monmouth Roseville 8. So,
thank you, Brody. Erie Prophetstown, they've been on a roll. I think they've won like 5 in a row. Now Johnson looks to throw, and he's under heavy pressure. Somehow manages to get away momentarily, but then is tackled around the 42-yard line.
He got back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the Tigers there to just corral Adam from making a play out of that, making it 2nd down and 10 or 11 for the Tigers.
As we've dipped under 1 minute to go in the half, clock running. Will the Storm throw it long here? They need a big play. Man in motion. It's a reverse play, and it's not going to go anywhere.
Isaac Addig getting the ball carry, and Logan Glancy sniffed that out. Glancy, nice job by reading that the whole way, and he was there almost to take the handoff from Adam to take it to the house, but decides to let Addig get the handoff and makes a nice tackle there for a loss of, we'll call it 8.
Could potentially be the last play of the half. Storm in no hurry. Coach Pistol points to the clock. And I think the Storm are going to go to the locker room and talk about this. So that will bring us to halftime, and our halftime score is Princeton 28 and Bureau Valley 7. Well, as always, we'll bring you the band's halftime performance. We'll bring you the palms, and we're expecting Darcy Kepner up here for a halftime interview. Brody, you got the note card with the scores. We'll have Schmitty give even if. Yeah, Brody. Go ahead.
Thank you, Norm. I appreciate it. So we got a couple scores tonight. So we have St. Bede at Hall, with Hall leading St. Bede 6-0. Another score that has came down the pipe: Erie Prophetstown 7, Monmouth Roseville, the Titans 8. Other games going on right now. The Mercer County game was mentioned. Now it is 40 points Mercer County, Stark County at 0. And I will keep updating the scores as we come along. But let's go ahead and watch the band.
Tonight's thrill tune comes to us from one of the all-time legends of rock, the Rolling Stones. Our version starts with a slow, choral introduction until the drum beat hits and we start rocking. This is Paint It Black. Please welcome to the field the Princeton High School Pom Squad under the direction of Ms. Abby Cochran. Tonight's performance has been choreographed by co-captain Maggie Davis, Pip Crouch, Aubrey Vogel, Abby Brown, and Sydney Mount. Tonight's pom routine is another classic that we hope you know. This one is coming to you from the 1960s. We are a long way from surfing weather, but we think you'll enjoy this Beach Boys classic, I Get Around.
And we're back at halftime where the Princeton Tigers lead the Bureau Valley Storm by a score of 28-7. Well, as promised, very pleased to be joined by Darcy Kepner. She's a first-year teacher at PHS and will be the new girls basketball coach. And Darcy, just tell us about where you grew up, where you went to grade school, high school, college.
Yeah, we kind of joked that this was a fun game for me. I went to grade school and high school at Bureau Valley, and I graduated there in 2016. Then I went to Monmouth College and graduated there from 2020. So I'm fresh out of college. This is my first year here at Princeton.
So Brody Anderson, our associate producer, did you guys know each other at Monmouth?
Yep, he sure did. Yeah, I ran into him a couple times down there at Monmouth.
The Fighting Scots. It's a great school, and of course, Coach Gonigam went there.
Yeah, she did. There's quite a few Princeton teachers here that went there.
How are you liking your time at Princeton High School so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. Working with the teachers I get to work with, and the kids are great here. This is my first Tiger football game here, so it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it so far.
And tell us about the classes that you're teaching this year.
Yeah, so I'm new to special ed, but that's a majority of the classes I teach, and I got some PE in there, so I get to coach some of these football boys in PE, and yeah, it's been fun.
Well, I mentioned this to you before we took to the air here, but Vicki Litherland, who we're both familiar with, a great person. She did an interview with the late Paul Baumley, and one of the things Vicki said that a young teacher should do is seek out the wise old owls. Well, maybe not old, but the wise owls in the building that you can get advice from. Who have been some of the teachers that you've been seeking advice from?
Yeah, I've been very grateful for the help I've gotten, and I've reached out to Tiffany Gonigam and Abby Bosnick a ton, and they've helped me with school stuff and basketball stuff coming up, so I've been very grateful for them.
I would say two really good sources there for information.
Yeah, of course.
Now, of course, you are a teacher. What I'm wondering, as you went through your school years, Who was the teacher that really inspired you to go into teaching?
Yeah, I think it goes back to those two again. I had Coach Gon in class and on the basketball court, and she really inspired me and made class super fun and encouraged me to go into teaching and coaching, and she really grew my passion for that.
And what sports did you play in high school?
Yeah, so at BV I was a 3-sport athlete. I played volleyball, basketball, and softball there. And then at Monmouth I played basketball and softball as well.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's, and particularly in college, to carry a full academic load and play sports.
Yeah, it was a full load for sure, but I really enjoyed it.
You know, sometimes when a new coach is hired, the line is, we want to take the program in a new direction. But I know, and you know, this program with Tiffany Gonagum and Abby Bosnick, I mean, they have kept it like a china dish.
Yeah.
They really have. They've
Yep.
put all kinds of time into it. They have always held the banner of Princeton High School very high. And so my question to you as you take over, what are some of the basic qualities that you're going to ask from your players?
Yeah, I set my bar high. I think I'm looking to build on their program.
Sure.
We always talk about effort, attitude, and how hard you work, and I expect that from my players every day in the gym, and I hope we can carry that on each night.
Yeah, we were kind of talking, Schmitty and I, and you and I to some extent, Bureau Valley down 28-7. But we've seen those Bureau Valley Storm players. There is no shortage of effort.
No, not at all. Not at all. You can always expect they're going to give their best every night, even if they come up short here.
Down 21-0, and they put together a nice long scoring
Yep.
drive. So kudos to the Storm.
Yes.
How about your coaching staff for this year, Darcy? Who's on that?
We've had to replace everybody here. We have a whole new staff, and Coach Hall's our sophomore coach, and Coach Sarver's going to be our freshman coach this year.
And Liana Hall, of course, a great background, very successful coach at Ladd Grade School.
Yep.
And she's teaching art, correct?
Yes, she is here at Princeton, yep.
And she's very skilled at it. Are you a good artist yourself?
I don't think I could draw a good stick figure for you. But
Yeah, that is the way I am. And believe it or not, my sister taught art at the college level all her adult life. So believe me, it was totally left out of me. But of course, my dad was a good mechanic, and I specialize in duct tape and changing light bulbs.
There you go.
Somewhere I missed out. One of the things I wanted to ask you about, who knows, you probably played in this, the Princeton Girls Thanksgiving Tournament.
Yeah, I did.
In my opinion, it is one of the best tournaments in the
Yeah.
state. It is absolutely outstanding, and I've got to imagine that you're pretty excited about being a part of that.
Yeah, I'm grateful we get to start our season at home here, and I think we have a good opportunity to do really well in that. I have a great junior class returning and some key senior players for us, so I look for us to do very well at that tournament.
And I had a chance, an earlier game, to talk to Mackenzie Hecht, who
Yeah.
Definitely is going to be a leader on your
Yeah.
team. And I asked Mackenzie, I said, as that role as a leader, what's that going to entail? Is that going to just be a matter of setting an example? Or if you see somebody that's not hustling, are you going to let them know about it? She said both.
Yeah.
How's that settle with you?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I think she's a vocal leader and a leader by example. So on the court, off the court, she's going to know the expectations I have for her, and she's going to lead by example for us.
And a great kid.
She is.
What about, there are so many options for the girls here at Princeton High School. I mean, we even have, as far as I know, it's still going on, a girls wrestling program.
Yeah.
There's cheerleading, of course, a great music program here at Princeton. How does that work as far as, I use the word recruiting, but you want to get the girls out for basketball. Of course, being on staff here, I'm sure, helps a lot.
Yeah.
You can see them in the hallway.
Yeah, I see the girls a lot. I have quite a few of them in PE. I've tried to recruit some of our volleyball players to go out. Just anybody who's looking to compete every night and join a good program.
Yeah, doesn't hurt to ask.
No,
That's for
that's
sure.
right.
Well, it is. It's really exciting. You taking over the program, and wow, you look at the schedule, and there are no easy games, are
No,
there?
there's not.
You've got to bring it every night out. But it really it's exciting with you taking over, and I can't wait. You know, one of the things we were talking before we began the interview is that you also coach basketball at Logan. So
do, yep.
tell us how that's going.
Yeah, we've had a good season so far. We have a talented 7th and 8th grade group. We've won quite a few games. I think I'm excited to get this 8th grade group to our high school. I think the future of Princeton basketball is pretty bright.
Well, Darcy, I really appreciate you coming up here. You did a fantastic job. And, of course, the girls' games, we're going to have them on Tiger Central Live. So we hope folks will tune in for those broadcasts as well as the boys' varsity contest. And we are about 3 minutes from getting our third quarter underway. But, again, Darcy, it's a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming up.
Thank you so much for having me.
Who knows? Maybe if Coach Gahn can't make a game, we'll have you doing some color for basketball.
Yeah, I'd be happy to, for sure.
All right. So that is Darcy Kepner, first-year teacher, and soon to be, well, she already has the title, but soon she'll be coaching the Princeton Tigers on the varsity level for girls basketball. So we're looking forward to that very much. Schmitty will be along here in a moment with some halftime stats, as it is 28-7, Princeton leading over Bureau Valley.
Thank you, Norm. I appreciate that. First, for the visiting Storm, Adam Johnson is 2 for 4 in passing with 11 yards. Leading the way for the Storm is Levi Hardy with 25 yards rushing, and Jaden Micklig with 40 yards rushing. Receiving-wise, Bolin with 2 yards and Brock Foster with 9. First downs, 4 rushing first downs for the Storm, all coming in the second quarter, and doing a nice job with the penalties as they have not gotten a flag thrown against them. For the Tigers, Tegan Davis, 5 for 9 for 75 yards in the air with 2 touchdowns. On the ground, he has 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. Augie Christensen, 75 yards on the ground. And Logan Glancy with 4 yards on the ground. Leading the way receiving-wise for the Tigers is Matt Lucas with 2 catches for 56 yards and a touchdown. Danny Sahak, he's got a catch for 7 yards and a touchdown. Bennett Searns a catch for 8 yards, and Ian Compton a catch for 3 yards. The Tigers have 13 first downs, 4 by the pass, 9 by the rush, 4 penalties for 45 yards. And capping off the scoring drives before I let Norm take back over is with 8:27 to go in the first quarter, Tegan Davis with a 19-yard run, with Williams kick good for 7-0 Princeton. Davis then comes back with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter with a 34-yard strike to Matt Lucas, with the kick being good by Williams with a 14-0 lead. In the second quarter, Davis to Saihaki, a 7-yard pass with the kick good, 21-0 Tigers. Then the Storm get on the board with an Adam Johnson 6-yard touchdown run. The kick is good by Shane, 21-7 Tigers. And 2:32 to go in the second quarter. Tegan Davis, a 26-yard run. Kick is good by Benavidez. And that brings us where we are now in the third quarter, 28-7.
Great job, Schmitty. Brock Shane to kick off a short kick. Boy, who's going to get it? The Storm nearly get it. Stormer indicating that they did, and indeed they did. Let's see who is on the bottom of that pile.
I'm guessing number 30, Davey Dietz, got the fumble recovery, and it looked like we just didn't go get the ball. We just kind of scattered away from it. Tigers did, and the Storm with an element of surprise there gets the onside kick. A little momentum for the Storm. Tigers on defense gotta withhold this.
Wow, what a beautifully executed play by the Storm. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 33. Johnson takes the snap and the handoff right up the middle to Levi Hardy. Hardy's had a good game. Surges ahead for about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. And I see that Monmouth Roseville's increased their lead.
Yeah, 14-7 over Erie Prophetstown. I mean, that's a good contest there. I consider like a little bit of an upset, even though the records may not show it. EP is playing impressive football right now. I think they've won 5 straight.
Yeah. Brody Anderson keeping us up to date. Thank you, Brody. 2nd down and 6 for the Storm. Now a late pitch, and some daylight for the Storm is on that carry. Isaac Addick. And he's got, well, is it a first down or not? Chain Gang was looking to move ahead, but apparently 3rd down and very, very short. Nope, referee says move the chains. 1st down, Bureau Valley. 28-7 Princeton, 11-12 to go, 3rd period.
Yeah, looked like an option play where Adam just kept the ball and pitched it out to Isaac Addick, who gained 6 yards on the play to get a first down. Be the first down of the Storm in the second half.
1st and 10 at the Tiger 23. Hardy up the middle. Boy, he runs hard and a good gain on 1st down.
You cannot tackle these guys up high. You have to tackle them low, or they're just going to drive you back an extra 2 or 3 yards. The Tigers have seen this over and over again in previous games. They got to get lower and tackle lower.
2nd down and 5 at the Princeton 19-yard line.
Right now, the up front of the Storm winning this offensive line, defensive line battle right now.
Once again, it is Hardy, this time going off left guard. Or was it Micklig? I am not sure. I thought it was Hardy, but
it was Hardy.
It was Hardy. Okay, so 3rd down and very short coming up. 3rd and about 1 from the Tiger 15-yard line.
12 carries on the night for Levi Hardy with 37 yards.
Spirited effort tonight by the Bureau Valley Storm. Johnson rolls out. He's under heavy pressure, and he is going to be hit for a loss. The ball came loose momentarily. Whether Princeton got it before it went out of bounds, apparently not. It's going to remain Bureau Valley ball.
That was vicarious again there. I think that's his 3rd sack of the ball game.
So it'll bring up 4th and 10. Will the Storm go to the air? They have not passed frequently. In fact, what'd you say on the halftime stats? 2 out of 4, is it?
Yeah, 2 for 4 for 11 yards.
Okay. 8:50 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Princeton's lead is 28-7. The ball at the 24-yard line of the Tigers. Adam Johnson fakes the handoff, throws long. He's got a man open. That is Brock Foster, and that is a touchdown. 24-yard touchdown pass. Adam Johnson to Brock Foster with 8:31 to go in the 3rd period, and it is now Princeton 28 and Bureau Valley 13.
That was just a fake handoff off to Jaden Micklig, and Brock running a post route, and Adam hitting Brock right on the numbers. But Brock actually did a nice job adjusting to that ball, going high to get it, and 24-yard touchdown pass, and now the Storm are right back in the ball game.
And the extra point kick is blocked, comes up short. It'll remain Princeton 28 and Bureau Valley 13.
I mean, you can say it's a spirited effort all you want, Norm, but the fact of the matter is the Storm have been in every ball game that they played in. So even though they're overwhelming underdogs, like you can take the Kewanee score for instance, they were only down a touchdown at half.
Yes.
The St. Bede game, 13-7. So they've been playing with guys. They just get worn out in the second half because they don't have the depth as other teams do, and that wears them out, and that's what causes the leads to go. So the Tigers knew it wasn't going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
They knew that they were going to be in for a battle. So even though, like I said, the Storm were under overwhelming underdogs here, you knew that they were going to come out and try to give it a contest.
Yeah, came into the action averaging 24.7 points per game, so they have been able to put the points on the board. Now a very similar kickoff to the last one, but this time the Tigers do field it successfully. That is Matt Lucas, and Lucas down the sideline, and he's got one man to beat, and he does. Matt Lucas.
35, so probably about, 65-yard touchdown kickoff?
Very good. Sounds good. 8:20 to go. Third period. Matt Lucas, a 65-yard kick return for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was just a nice job by Matt, fielding the ball, making a couple of Storm defenders miss, and he was off to the races down the sideline. Good block there by big number 77, Mr. 3-sack night Vicarious there. Had a great block to spring Matt Lucas there.
Now, Benavidez on for the PAT, and it is perfect. And the Princeton lead increases to 35-13. And Schmitty, the thing that jumps out at me is we had two very similar kicks. One, disastrous for Princeton as Bureau Valley comes up with it. And two, as fortuitous as it could get with Matt Lucas returning it for a touchdown.
I mean, it was just a good adjustment on the Tigers' part, knowing what Bureau Valley was capable of, what they were going to do, and did a nice job of not letting that happen again to them and taking that one to the house for, like we said before, a 65-yard touchdown run.
Got another scoreboard update.
At the half, Riverdale 14, Morrison 28. So, Riverdale trying to get that first win, and it's not looking good right now. 14-7 still, Monmouth Roseville over at Erie Prophetstown.
Thank you for that, Schmitty. Thank you, Brody. Morrison Mustangs, boy, they have had some good teams through the years. Not having a particularly good year this year, but nonetheless, Bennett Williams set to kick off. Of course, Morrison, one of the smallest schools in the conference, as is Bureau Valley. Here's Williams' kick. And the Storm reel it in at about the 12-yard line. Penalty flag comes in as Brock Foster is taken down around the 27. Initial pointing was at Princeton, but I'm not sure who this is going to go against.
It's holding against the Storm.
Okay. It'll go against Bureau Valley. I believe that's their first penalty of the night.
Their first penalty of the night, and believe it or not, I don't really count onside kicks as turnovers. I guess you could. I don't know what the legal way to stat it is, but no turnovers for either team on the night.
Talking about Morrison, just up the road is Fulton. They're not in our conference anymore, but they're fifth ranked in Class 1A with a record of 5-2. Lena Winslow actually lost last week, 30-24 to Pecatonica, and Lena Winslow at 6-1. They're rated second. We mentioned Forreston playing tomorrow. They're rated 6th in 1A. They're 5-2. Ottawa Marquette 7th in 1A. They're 6-1, and St. Bede is 9th at 5-2. The Storm on first down. We have a fumble, and it's going to go the way of the Tigers. So
Glancy recovers the ball as Levi Hardy had the ball, fumbled it after gaining about 4 yards on the play, and Logan Glancy just pounces on the ball.
So the Tigers with the chance to put 2 quick scores on the board. They have it 1st and 10 at the Bureau Valley 18, just literally moments away from Matt Lucas's 65-yard touchdown run. Handoff goes to Augie Christensen. He's got big yardage, and Augie has a touchdown right up the middle. An 18-yard run for Augie Christensen at the 8:03 mark. Lucas's touchdown was at 8:20, so in 17 seconds of game time, the Tigers have scored 2 touchdowns.
Augie showing that burst of speed, coming through the middle, just cutting off tackle again. Right when he gets through that crease, he kind of goes at an angle, and he just picks and chooses his gaps. And 18-yard run, the Tigers are in command.
Steven Benavidez on for the PAT. Once again, absolutely perfect. 42-13 is the Tiger lead.
Yeah, I mean, just so hard to overcome those turnovers deep in your own territory, no matter who you are. But, you know, Tigers doing a great job of capitalizing on that turnover there.
And Schmitty, as I said earlier in the broadcast, he's been good all year, but doesn't it seem like Augie Christensen just gets better every game?
Yeah, it does. It seems like he seems like he's even picked up more speed throughout this season from week 1 to now. I don't think that's true. It's just that we see that, we think that, but yeah, he's really been a workhorse for us the last couple of weeks. That's for sure.
Brody's got another scoreboard update for us.
Orion over Sherrard at halftime, 49-0.
So Sherrard, another team that hasn't been able to get a win, and it's not looking too promising tonight. Here's the kickoff to the Storm. It's Brock Foster who's done a really nice job, and he gets it over the 30-yard line to about the 31-yard line. Well, maybe closer to the 30. We'll see once they put it down. We'll give them the 31. 1st and 10 for Bureau Valley. 7:57 to go, third quarter. Tiger lead is 42-13. Two wide receivers to the near side of the field for the Storm. Hardy up the middle, short gain.
Hardy definitely their workhorse tonight. He's on his 14th or 15th carry.
Ian Morrison on the stop for the Tigers. Hardy again, 6'1", 215, and a senior. 2nd down and 7 for the Storm. Hardy with the carry once again. It'll bring up 3rd down and pretty manageable for Bureau Valley. 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Storm. They have the ball at their own 38-yard line.
That's his 15th carry on tonight with 47 yards. To make it a manageable 3rd down and a long, we'll say a long 2, short 3.
6:50 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Princeton leading 42-13. Miklig on the carry, hit at the line of scrimmage, does power ahead somewhat, but he's going to come up short. It'll bring up 4th down and a yard. And almost assuredly, down 42-13, the Storm will go for this.
Danny Saihaki and Ian Morris there with the stop, and those two young men did a phenomenal job as Mickling had all his momentum going forward, and they stopped it right at his tracks for a 1-yard gain.
Well, very well could see the ball go to Levi Hardy. It's one of those deals you may know it's coming, but can you stop it? It is Hardy, and the answer to the question, I do believe, is yes, that the Tigers did stop him. He needed to get to the 41-yard line, and it looks like they're going to mark the ball just on the other side of the 40, which would mean it's Tiger ball. Will we have a measurement?
I don't think he got it. I don't even think it's close. I mean, if our lines are straight, like Steve Gray paints them, and you know they're straight.
That's right.
Here's the test. Drum roll, please.
They stretch out the
And
chain.
we zoom in on the ball.
Yeah.
And it's 1st down, Tigers.
You know, it's a little chilly out there. Maybe they just wanted the chain gang to get to move around a little bit.
Yeah,
But
maybe
you want to make sure.
Maybe somebody grabbed them a cup of hot chocolate or something to get them warmed up.
Leo, where you going?
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line for Princeton. Tigers have put 2 touchdowns on the board in very short order, and they're going to try for a 3rd as Davis fires long, and it is incomplete. Just over out of the reach of Bennett Sirens. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Had him just a touch too long, Norm.
Yeah, Sirens had beaten the coverage. Tigers with 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field. But it's Augie Christensen up the middle. Good job by the Storm. They limit this to short yardage. Maybe a yard gain on the play. Connor Scott, yeah, in on the tackle.
He's had a nice game tonight.
And they're no doubt happy in Storm country that Connor Scott, just a sophomore, so he's good already, a bright future for him. Third down and 9 for Princeton. Davis throws, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Brady Byers. It'll bring up 4th and 9. As we have an update, Schmitty, on that Erie Prophetstown Monmouth Roseville game.
Oh, Erie Prophetstown storming their way back with looks like 12 unanswered points, and they go up on top 19-14 over the Monmouth Roseville Titans. Is it Titans? What are they? Yeah,
Absolutely,
Titans.
yeah.
Always remember the Titans.
4th down and 9 at the 39-yard line of Bureau Valley. Davis is going to call his own number. He surges ahead, and it appears to me that he is short, and Bureau Valley will take over on downs.
Yeah, that was just a straight quarterback keeper. Teagan gained him 8 yards in the carry, but nonetheless, he's short of the 1st down. So great job by the Storm to stop the Tigers there. Teagan on the day for rushing wise has 7 rushing attempts for 90 yards.
We've had a lot of explosive plays tonight, but these last 6 plays we could have played in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of 10 yards back and forth. Now Johnson hands off, and just a short gain for the Storm on this is Hardy on the carry. Justin Wicarius in on the stop for Princeton.
Vicarious and Cade Odell too. Odell's in there doing a nice job as well, getting in there, doing a nice job of tackling lower. That's what you got to do against these big backs of the Storm. And right now they're doing a great job of it.
Second down and 9 for the Storm at their own 33-yard line. Princeton's lead is 42-13 as we near the 4-minute mark of the third period. Adam Johnson looks to throw, and his pass is complete to Brock Foster. Foster makes a couple of men miss, knocked out of bounds at around the 43-yard line. That'll be good for a Bureau Valley first down.
You know, on the stats, Adam's gonna get the credit for 9-yard reception there, but it was all Brock Foster there because he caught about the line of scrimmage and gained about 9 yards on it.
Foster, an excellent.
Hardy on the carry.
Second down and 5 coming up for Bureau Valley. They have it at their own 48-yard line.
Levi Hardy just ran the ball for 5 yards there.
I asked Darcy Kempner at halftime, not on the air, but I said, how is it sitting out in the stands tonight? And she said, actually, pretty comfortable, so that's good to know. Now the Storm with some razzle-dazzle, but it doesn't fool the Tigers as the tackle is made at the line of scrimmage. Isaac Addig on the carry for the Storm.
I got a halftime score for you, Norm.
All right.
Moline 21, Sterling 7. Battle of 2 6-1 teams right there.
That Moline team, not that Sterling isn't, but Moline is really solid. Of course, like many of you, we'll be tuning in to one of the stations, be it the Score, the locker room, the highlight zone. It's always fun to see all the highlights from all the area action. And I did see one of the TV crews here tonight, but I can't tell you what station it was. Now Johnson looks to throw, and he hits Foster. That's going to be good for a first down. So Brock Foster having a big night, gets down to the 45-yard line of Princeton.
Yeah, that's Brock's 4th catch for 50 yards, and that time Adam threw it right on the money and on a slant pattern, and Brock caught it. Our defensive backs not expecting BV to pass a lot, and they're being effective with it right at the moment.
Got another update on Hall St. Bede.
Whoa. If I read this right, that's Hall 12, St. Bede 0. Upset in the making.
Now Adam Johnson with the keeper, and he gets inside the 40-yard line.
Say hockey there with the tackle. It would look like a triple option play where Adam reads the defensive player, keeps it, then has a pitchman to his near sidelines, and he chooses to keep it right there and gains 6 yards in the play.
Yeah, that Hall St. Bede game, you know, we talked about it earlier. Just had a feeling that Hall was going to make a good run tonight, and that has been the case so far. Now it's Jaden Micklig on the counter play. Look at him go. He's got a first down and more. And Micklig down to about the 30-yard line. First down, Bureau Valley. Tegan Davis in on the tackle, and that's never a good sign when your defensive backfield's making the tackles on running plays.
8th carry for Micklig for 51 yards. Bureau Valley's 5th first down in this second half.
Clock ticking. Next play will be under 1 minute to go in the third period. First and 10, Bureau Valley at the Princeton 30. Up the middle it goes for just a short gain. Levi Hardy, who's been a workhorse tonight, carries the ball for a yard.
Tackle made by number 24, Danny Tyhockey.
That is Hardy's 18th carry for 56 yards, so not having a great yards per carry, but he's trying to wear down that defensive line of the Tigers.
And he has performed most admirably. Second down and 9 from the 29 of Princeton. And now Johnson on the keeper, some nifty moves. And he's going to bring up third down and quite manageable, and that's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter. And it is. That'll end 3 quarters of play, and our score is Princeton 42 and Bureau Valley 13.
Princeton being consistent on the scoreboard is scored 14 in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter, and when you know it, Norm, 14 in the third quarter.
Which tells us that the extra point kicking has
spot on.
Been perfect, yes. Boy, the NFL action last week, field goals and extra points, they weren't sure things, were they?
Something crazy like 11 missed extra points or something like that. I was watching the Packers-Bengals game, and they had like 5 in a row that they missed between extra points and field goals and whatnot. Nobody wanted to win the darn game.
Of course, you know our colleague Tiffany Gonigam, she is a huge Packers fan. I don't know if Darcy is or not. I should have asked her that.
If she knows what's good for her, she would say no.
By the way, the Bears and Packers played this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, Norm. I'm a big Bears fan. We haven't had much luck against Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, and it's probably not going to look very good again this weekend.
Now the Storm up the middle, and it's not going to merit a first down.
Yeah, Johnson chose to keep it, and it looked like he got stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the Tigers there to bring up a big fourth down here early in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, the man holding the yard marker on the chain gang, he didn't even move, so stopped exactly at the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 2. Well, we've already had 2 4th down attempts, one by each team that came up short. Will this be another? Last time the handoff went to Levi Hardy. This time it's Jaden Micklig, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more, punishing would-be tacklers. Gets inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that play's kind of hard to stop because the halfback there, which is Jaden Micklig there, has all of his momentum going forward. So when he hands the ball off, he's already running with a head of steam. And so to tackle him at a full head of steam like that is pretty hard for the Tigers. You got to tackle him low. That's probably your only hope. But Jaden doing a nice job keeping his legs turning there.
Micklig, a senior, 5'11" and 160, but he sure plays bigger than that. Storm keep it on the ground. Levi Hardy with a nice gain on the play. Gets it down to around the 10-yard line of Princeton.
Probably one of Hardy's biggest or longest carries in the night with 6 yards there.
Again, a big shout out to Steve Morton, Steve Gray, and Brody Anderson for their great work.
Princeton Public School Foundation, appreciate their support as well.
Yeah, they added a camera to what we have already, so very much appreciated. 2nd down and 4 for Bureau Valley. That is Micklig, and Jaden Micklig, is he in?
He is in.
It is a touchdown, or is it? I never saw the official
he
put
raised
his arms
hands
up.
up.
Okay, very good, because it looked like he was in easily, and it is a touchdown for Bureau Valley. So at the 9:56 mark of the fourth quarter, Jaden Micklig in for the touchdown. And the kick is good. Putting it through is Brock Shane. And our score is now Princeton 42 and Bureau Valley 20. What was the distance on Micklig's run there, Schmidt?
9-yard touchdown
9 yards. Where's Jaden at statistically now?
Put me on a spot, Norm.
Oh, that's all right. Take your time.
10 carries for 67 yards with the touchdown run.
6.7 yards per carry against the number 6 ranked team in Class 3A.
Yeah, just slightly below his average of 7.1. So, he's been as advertised.
Fans here at Bryant Field really enjoying this homecoming game. Tigers have one more regular season game left as Monmouth-Roseville, a very good team, will be here next Friday night.
Senior night. Honoring the seniors.
Well, these last 2 kickoffs by the Storm have been most interesting indeed. This time it's a much lower kickoff, and the Tigers field it. That's Bennett Sirens trying to get away. Can he turn the corner? He can, and he gets out too around the 45-yard line. So, and he actually, at least for a while, outran Jaden Micklig. No easy task, but Micklig, to his credit, stuck with it, made the tackle at the 45-yard line of Princeton.
Good 20-yard gain there by Sirens, and I mean, I guess if there's a guy you want to short kick it to, we'll take that if you're a Tiger fan. I mean, that's you'll take it in his hands as opposed to anybody else's, you know.
Yeah, he has good hands and he has good speed, so that's a great combination. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 45-yard line. And that is Augie Christensen just bursting through for about an 8-yard gain. Nine and a half minutes to go in the game. Princeton's lead is 42-20.
Again, let's get those guys up front. You know, Vicarious and Peyton Miller and the boys all the credit in the world because they're making some holes up front.
Augie Christensen this time hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a slight loss. Brock Foster, among others, in on that tackle.
Foster in, number 52, Martin there for the tackle. Augie over the 100-yard marker. Yard mark, I should say.
3rd and 4. Will the Tigers go to the air? Answer is no. They'll give it to Augie Christensen, and he's going to be stopped short. Looks like things are getting a little more interesting at Nesty Stadium.
12-7, so St. Bede coming back. It's going to be a great finish to a ball game there, Norm, I think.
It sure will be.
It's probably a little chippy, if I can probably
Hall
imagine.
is up by 5. What will the Tigers call here on 4th down and 2 at the 47 of Bureau Valley? Bureau Valley looks like they're going to blitz. And a penalty flag comes out before the play even takes place, maybe delay a game. The pass is complete to Matt Lucas, and he has enough for a 1st down. We're curious about this penalty flag. So it's going to be march back. 5 yards. Ironically, almost to the same spot, maybe a yard further back. So 4th down and 3 for Princeton at the Bureau Valley 48.
That's interesting. Usually you get a warning. I don't know if I've seen a warning.
Well,
We had a warning the very first series, I've been told. The great Pokey Clark is on top of it, as always.
All right, Schmitty, Erie Prophetstown and Monmouth-Roseville, a tight one there.
In the 3rd quarter, Erie Prophetstown 19, Monmouth-Roseville 16.
Wow, so anybody's game. Brody doing a great job as always, keeping us up to date on the out-of-town scoreboard. And we know you fans take great interest in that, as all of us do. So super job by Brody.
Only 6 penalties in this game overall, Norm. Pretty clean ball game.
Yeah.
1 turnover, 6 penalties in a high school contest. I say that's about as close to perfect as you're going to probably get so far.
Yeah, both these teams executing extremely well. 4th down and 3 coming up. Davis in the shotgun. He has 2 wide receivers to each side of the field. Stormer coming with the blitz. Davis has to get rid of it. He throws long. He's got a man wide open. That is Matt Lucas, and that is a 48-yard touchdown pass. 48-20. John Reinhardt is so quick getting the points up on the board, but 48-20 in favor of Princeton with the extra point upcoming. 7:45 to go in the game. That for Matt is his 3rd touchdown reception of the night, that one coming from 48 yards out. Stephen Benavidez on for the PAT. He'll be kicking towards Central Street. Good snap, good hold, good kick. 49-20 is the Tiger lead with 7:45 to go in the game.
Yeah, Matt Lucas with 3 catches for 104 yards with 3 touchdowns. I don't think it gets any better than that. I mean, 34-yard touchdown catch, 22-yard touchdown catch, 48-yard touchdown catch. I mean, he's got the trifecta going. And it seems like every time he catches the ball, it's a touchdown.
Brody is begging for some trivia. I'll give you something that was on Final Jeopardy the other day in sports, and the quote was when Johnny Bench broke the record for home runs by a catcher. This man previously said, "I figured the record would hold until somebody broke it." Any idea who said that? He was a man known for a number of rather unique sayings. Got an idea, Schmitty? Won probably more World Series than anybody as a player. Yogi Berra. Yogi once said, that restaurant is so crowded, nobody goes there anymore. Here's the kickoff, fielded by the Storm at the 10-yard line, and apparently the return man had his knee on the ground at the 10-yard line, and that's where the Storm will start out.
Do you study these at night?
Oh, I'll tell you another one. A guy was over at Yogi Berra's house, and back in the day there was a movie called Dr. Zhivago, and his wife came in, and Yogi goes, "Where you been?" And she goes, "I went to see Dr. Zhivago," and Yogi goes, "What's wrong with you now?" 1st and 10 for the Storm at their 10-yard line. 7:42 to go in the game.
He'll be here all night, folks.
Storm run it straight ahead. Normally that's Levi Hardy when that happens. And it was Hardy once again picking up about 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the Storm 12-yard line.
One thing I noticed about the Storm offense is I think the backs and the quarterback does a nice job of carrying out their fakes, Norm. If you watch them, they do a really nice job of carrying out their fakes.
2nd and 8 from their own 12. Counter play and getting the ball out to about the 14-yard line is Jaden Micklig. Danny Saihaki on the tackle, and Schmitty, that's one of the few times that on that counter that the Tigers have been able to relatively stop that. Normally Micklig has had some big carries on that play.
Yeah, agreed, and I think they saw it one too many times and want to put a stop to it because they're probably getting sick of it, honestly.
3rd down and 6 for Bureau Valley at their own 14. Johnson still has it. He opts to run. He's going to get close to a first down. Wow, winds up hitting the yardstick there. But he's okay. And is it a first down? They're going to mark him just short. Fourth and a short yard. 5:50 to go in the game. 49-20, Princeton leads. What's your guess, Schmitty? You think it'll be Levi Hardy up the middle?
I would probably give it to 32 Micklig. He don't hardly ever gets tackled for a loss.
Now a stoppage in play and a timeout taken by Bureau Valley. Coach Pistol doesn't appear to be all that happy, does he? Not a bad idea to take a timeout before a fourth down play. Again, as we check the out-of-town scoreboard, Hall was leading over St. Bede, so a bit of a surprise there. Still, Brody informs us that score is still holding up. Hall 12, St. Bede 7, and that is now in the fourth quarter. No doubt a huge crowd at Nesty Stadium tonight.
Yeah, I can imagine the Hall sidelines just keep getting louder and louder as the game goes on, and they're in the lead.
So we've got on the out-of-town scoreboard, the Hall St. Bede game's been close. Monmouth Roseville and Erie Prophetstown has been a close game all night long. Fourth and short for the Storm. And it is Hardy, and it would appear that he has enough for the first down. Hardy going off right tackle. Most of the night it's been a center plunge, but this time going off tackle works well. First and 10 Storm.
Yeah, when Levi gets low like that, it's pretty hard to stop him for a loss or no gain, and you can pretty much surely get a yard out of that. But Davis there for the stop, tried what he could do, and Hardy there for a first down run.
Handoff goes up the middle. It's going to be good for just short yardage. Levi Hardy on the carry. Bring up about second down and 7.
Kate Odell there with the tackle.
Check that. Micklick on the carry. And number 34, Kate Odell on the tackle.
College football tomorrow. Number 7, Penn State at Illinois. Rutgers at Northwestern. Purdue at number 2, Iowa. Army at Wisconsin. Eureka College at Aurora. Monmouth College. Brody's an alumni of the Fighting Scots. They're at Beloit. And Knox is at Grinnell. Johnson calls his own number.
Johnson, the Storm ball carrier.
Very short gain, if any.
He's met by number 75.
Give him a yard. It'll be third down and 4 from the 29 of the Storm. Clock is under the 3:40 mark to go in the game. 49-20 in favor of Princeton. Storm trying to put together a good drive that began at their own 10-yard line.
St. Bede just went ahead of Hall 15-12 with 2:40 left to go in the contest.
Wow, what a game. Storm up the middle. It's Hardy, and he's going to be picking up maybe a yard. It'll bring up fourth down and 4.
Shout out to Coach Boz for giving me that information. Appreciate you. Hope things are well.
Yeah, Abby's helped us out a lot this year with those updates, so thank you very much. Of course, Abby Was really excited the night that St. Bede beat Sterling Newman. Can't say that I blame her. 4th and 4 from the 29. Does appear that the Storm have lined up in punt formation, but will they punt? That's the question. Back judge giving the 5 count, and Bureau Valley, just before the delay of game penalty, calls another timeout. Well, you know what the strategy was. It was the old Aaron Rodgers strategy. See if you can draw them off sides on 4th and 4. Princeton didn't bite. Always worth a shot, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of surprised they're not going for it here, being down 49-20. 4th and 4. If you're the Tigers, you probably want to look for maybe a fake punt here of some sort.
We've got an update on Erie Prophetstown and Monmouth Roseville.
Erie Prophetstown starting to expand the lead there, 25-16 over Monmouth Roseville. So Erie Prophetstown remains to be hot as they've won 5 in a row, looking to win 6 in a row.
And the Storm indeed are going to punt it. And the Tigers are just going to let it roll. It goes inside the 45-yard line, down to about the 42 of Princeton. 2:11 to go in the game. Appreciate Brody keeping us up to date on these scores. I know I've said it before, but I really... Of course, the Tigers have come out and executed tremendously, but I commend Bureau Valley tremendously too. They've played with a lot of heart, and they've done a good job. That'll be a good game next week with Bureau Valley and Hall. Augie Christensen just continues his excellent work. Close to a first down, and perhaps he has it. In fact, referee says, chain gang, move down the field. It is a first down. Under 2 minutes to go in the game, 49-20 Princeton. And Augie Christensen again gets down to the 40-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. Second down and 4.
121 yards on the night.
Wow.
So far for Augie. On 19 carries.
Just checking to see what he had against St. Bede. He had 117, and you say he's got 119 tonight. So he had a great game against St. Bede, and he has exceeded that by 2 yards. 2 games in a row at least over 100 yards for Augie. 1:14 to go in the game, so we could be looking at just 2 or 3 more plays. Christensen again. Gets down to about the 36-yard line. Will be close to a first down. They're going to mark him about a yard short. Again, Monmouth Roseville here next week. I was looking at the advanced forecast, Schmitty, and I don't know how much stock you can put in those. I mean, they do the best they can, but it's supposed to be about 10 degrees colder, which isn't necessarily a shock. So if you're coming,
making it football weather, Norm.
Yeah.
You know, quit being soft on me. You're being soft tonight. Let's toughen up a little bit.
And Augie again. Look at him go. He's got a first down and more as the clock is down to 24 seconds to go. Somebody in the press box says take a knee. I kind of have to agree with them. And you know what? They're not even going to have to. The clock starts, and you can see the two teams getting set to shake hands as the Tigers will win this one by a score of 49-20, but certainly an outstanding effort for the Bureau Valley Storm. Tigers improve to 7-1 on the year and the Storm dropped to 2-6. Schmitty's working away on the stats, and whenever you're ready, Schmitty, take it away. As far as the scoring tonight, Tegan Davis got it going with a 19-yard touchdown run. Matt Lucas, 34-yard pass from Davis. They made it 14-0. Cy Hockey with a 7-yard pass from Davis made it 21-0. Adam Johnson, a 6-yard run for the Storm, made it 21-7. Tegan Davis, a 27-yard touchdown run, made it 28-7 Princeton. Johnson to Foster, a 24-yard touchdown pass, 28-13. And the final 4 touchdowns, 3 of them by Princeton. Matt Lucas, 65-yard kick return. Augie Christensen, 18-yard run. Bureau Valley, a score by Jaden Micklig, 9-yard run. And then the last score of the night, Matt Lucas, a 48-yard pass from Tegan Davis. And the Tigers, between Williams and Benavidez, were perfect on extra points. And the Storm were 2 out of 3 as one was blocked.
For the visiting Storm, Adam Johnson, 5 for 7, 52 yards and a touchdown. Leading the way receiving-wise would be Brock Foster, who had 4 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. Bolin had 1 catch for 2 yards as well. Rushing the ball for the Storm, Levi Hardy putting in some work there as he was 23 carries for 68 yards. Jaden Micklig had 12 carries for 72 yards and a touchdown. Adam Johnson ended up being a positive 1 yard, but he also had a touchdown run as well. 12 first downs overall for the Storm in the game, 3 by pass, 9 by rush, with 1 penalty for 10 yards, only 1 turnover with that fumble, the only turnover in the game. For the Tigers, Tegan Davis, 6 for 12 for 123 yards with 4 touchdown passes. Receiving those touchdown passes was Matt Lucas leading the way for 3 catches, 104 yards and 3 touchdowns. Saihaki had a catch for 7 yards and a touchdown. Sierens had a catch for 8 yards, and Compton had a catch for 4 yards. Rushing the ball, leading the way was Augie Christensen, 21 carries for 137 yards. Tegan Davis, 6 carries for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Logan Glancy with a carry for 4 yards as well. First downs, 18 first downs for the Tigers, 5 by pass, 13 by rush. Glancy with the key fumble recovery. Penalties-wise, 5 penalties for 50 yards. Just a good, well-played ball game. Clean game for the most part, and just a nice job overall.
All right, and Schmitty, you have the honors. We have a final from Nesty Stadium.
From Nesty Stadium, St. Bede comes up victorious, 15-12, pulls one out there. So, yeah, what a game.
Well, we certainly want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we want to thank Steve Morton and Brody Anderson and Steve Gray for all their great work. Schmitty, thanks as always for a great job on the color and all the wonderful stats, and can't wait till next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Princeton and Monmouth Roseville right here from Bryant Field. We'll have the game for you. We'll take the air right around 6:50 next Friday night for the regular season finale. That's going to wrap it up here on Tiger Central Live. Once again, our final score,